as a poker player, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And you know what? You need to be okay with that. You need to have a healthy relationship with your mistakes so you can continue to learn and continue to move forward. If you're new to my channel, my name is Adam Carmichael. I'm a mindset performance coach who helps poker players to build a stronger mindset and reach that next level of performance. Now today, we're going to be looking at how you deal with making mistakes, and in particular, how do you accept poker mistakes? So I'm going to take you on a little journey of where poker, kind of the mindset leaks come from in terms of why we struggle with mistakes and how you can reframe those in order to have a healthier relationship so you're always moving forward. Now, one thing is a given, that no matter how hard you try, no matter how good you get, no matter how well you focus, you're going to make mistakes. Now, in poker, one of the things that gets skewed is we generally don't know if our decision was a mistake or not. You can look at solvers after the hand's been played to say, did I make a mistake in terms of the solver? But very often, we're going to not know if it was a mistake or not. And we're going to use confirmation bias to say if it was. So for example, if we bluff all in on the river for a full stack and we get called, we might go, oh, that was a mistake, I shouldn't have bluffed. But in reality, it might have been a great bluff. It might have been the perfect bluff, but you got caught out. So there's going to be an element of not knowing, unless you're running every spot through solvers and using advanced tools to check this thing. We're going to not know a lot of time if we are making small mistakes. But let's say you do make mistakes. Let's say we're talking about a mistake you know you shouldn't have made. You make a call on the river, and you shouldn't have done it, you knew you were beat, and you call off your full stack. I'm going to talk about how you need to be able to deal with that. You need to deal with the fact that mistakes are a part of poker and they're part of learning. So one of the hard things about dealing with mistakes is because we have a vision of ourselves in the future. Okay, so this is us in the future. Okay? And this vision of us in the future, we'll call it, has arrived. They've arrived at our goals. Everything at this moment is amazing. Okay, so the arrived version of ourselves. This is the financial freedom, life on our own terms, we've had all the success. And we think when we get there, life's gonna be so good. Life's gonna be so easy once I've arrived. Okay, so we've got that vision. It's important to have that, but I'm gonna show you why it's a dangerous thing when you make mistakes. Then we've got where we are right now. We've got the here and the now. We've got that vision of arriving, and we've got where we are right now. And we really want those outcomes if we're really attached to our end destination, our desires, our achievements. When we make mistakes, it feels like we're going this way. We're moving away from our arriving. We're moving away from our end destination, and it hurts. It hurts like hell. I want to be financially free. I want to play high stakes. I want to have money in the bank. And when I lose or make a mistake, I'm moving away from it. And it's my fault. It's my fault because I made a mistake. We want to be going this way. We want to be going towards our end destination, towards our end goals. So if you class a mistake as moving backwards, of course it hurts. Of course it's going to hurt. So when you make a mistake, if you judge yourself and go, I should know better. I'm a better player than this. I speak with poker players every day on this concept, and they'll say things like, I shouldn't have made that mistake, I know better. I'm a better player than that. I shouldn't have done that. And they judge themselves hardly on I shouldn't have done it. It shouldn't have happened, I should know better. Problem with that is, it's a perfectionist viewpoint. It's unrealistic. It's very unrealistic that you can play perfect poker and not make mistakes. You have to accept, especially if you're living life on the edge, you're moving up stakes, you're challenging yourself, you're learning new information. Mistakes are part of the game. Mistakes are part of growing. Mistakes are part of the identity that you're trying to get to. Mistakes aren't taking you backwards. A mistake is a step forward in the right direction. So if instead, these were mistakes, although it may feel like they're taking you backwards, if you learn from it, you can actually be moving forward from your mistakes, okay? This is not like being blindsided and saying, okay, I'm just gonna make loads of mistakes. A mistake is an opportunity to stop, reflect, and learn so you don't make that mistake again. If you can use the pain of the mistake to reflect on it, you will grow. So we are always, remind yourself, we are always in a state of growth. So this point here, this arrival state, this end destination, doesn't exist. We can never arrive. We're always in a state of growing. We're always in a state of movement. We're always on to the next thing and trying to progress. So the vision you have now for your life, if you got there, you wouldn't have arrived in your own head. You'd be thinking of the next things and the next goals. So we need to get past that. We're always in a state of growth. To grow, you need to take on challenges. To take on challenges, you need to be willing to make mistakes. So this is a really, really big one for poker players to have to go for this mindset. You need to have a healthy relationship with mistakes. It's no good wishing that you didn't make mistakes. You're going to make them. Now what? You've made a mistake, now what? How does your mind treat that mistake? Is it learning? Is it taking you on your path? Or is it taking you backwards? You've got the choice. A mistake can do either. A mistake can take you backwards when you don't learn from it, or can take you forward if you do learn from it. So we need to realize we're always, no matter how good you are, you're the best player in the world, the best poker player of all time, we are always imperfect. We're always imperfect, not quite there. We're never quite arrived. We never quite get there. Which means you're always going to be making mistakes. The only people in life who don't make mistakes are the ones who play it super safe. As a poker player, you do not have that luxury. Because you're taking poker on as an occupation, you're a daredevil. You're a courageous person. And you know what? With that comes mistakes. You can't live on the edge. You can't be pushing yourself and growing and expect not to make mistakes. So it's the way you judge them. If you're judging a mistake as a failure, I'm moving backwards, or if you stop every mistake you make, you stop and you go, why did that happen? How can I stop that happening again? Boom. Pain plus reflection equals growth. That's a quote I got from Ray Dalio. He's got a great book called Principles. If you haven't read it, it's an amazing book. Now, mistakes means equals learning. Okay, so mistakes equals learning. Like I said, if you're growing, if you're reflecting on your mistakes, you can always be moving forward. So have a think right now, when you make a mistake, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel worthless? Does it make you feel like you're an idiot? Does it make you feel stupid? Does it make you feel like I should know better? And how long does that feeling, does that voice in your head keep moving? If you can see a mistake and go, actually, mistakes are normal. That's the main thing I want you to get from this video. Mistakes are normal. You're always imperfect. You're always in a state of growth. You can never arrive. You're always in a state of variability and moving. Once you know that, you're like, a mistake's never definite. I'm going to make mistakes. Now what? So it becomes the quest doesn't become to avoid making mistakes. The only way to do that is to play life super safe. The quest is to make a mistake, identify it, and learn from it. And there's an element where you've got to trial and error your way to success. You've got to make mistakes in order to learn from. And there's certain quotes that go around saying that like successful people are those who are willing to fail the most. Those who are willing to make the most mistakes. Because how can you possibly keep growing and keep evolving if you avoid mistakes? If you have an unhealthy relationship with mistakes and failures, how can you keep moving forward? You can't. So change that narrative in your head, start to see mistakes as something you learn from, something you grow from, and you'll be on that path to growth and improvement. Now, if any of you guys are serious about taking your results to the next level in 2020 and improving your mindset and your performance, I've got a few spots available in my one-on-one coaching program. If you click on the link in the description, you can apply for a spot in that. I've only got a few spots available right now. It could be a good fit for you guys who are serious about going to the next level. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like before you leave, and there's plenty more coming from me very soon.